Alright, so I'm gonna start the recording. Recording is going. Alright, fellas, we haven't done a State of the Alliance in a bit. It's been a little bit stale out in this war zone. I think most people have noticed. The amount of people we have to fight has been real bad, so we are going to deploy again to go find some action. I have scoured kill boards looking for a target that is US time zone active and roughly our size. And I believe I have found a target just that description, Fleet Jump. So we will be deploying to Ethereum Reach. That's going to be out in nullsec. We're going to do a little null campaign here for a little while. We're not moving permanently out there. We're just looking for some pew pew content, Fleet Align Oin. We are going to stage out of Uma, if I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Umon.
Umon. We now have an Astra House down there. Thank you, Ronan.
I need to know where to put it.
Wherever.
Warp drive active.
Start getting some contracts up for stuff there. We are going to start next week. We're going to finish out these round of timers, see if we get fights out of them. Next Thursday, Thursday Night Fleet, we will do our first incursion into that space. We will go light. We'll either use our roaming Algos Fit or Caracal Osprey, and we will go kind of get a lay of the land, jump around in the area, which I suspect will be where we'll be fighting. We'll probably do that through the weekend, just seeing if we can pick fights and annoy them. We will stay in that region. So we will do kind of the move op on Thursday, or at least get your clone down there op. So we'll fly out of Fleet and then roam from there. We will probably start Tuesday after that. Gives us about 5 days of roaming. Fleet jump. And we will
Sorry, I didn't hear. Where's it? What region?
Ethereum Reach.
/ Great Wildlands.
Yeah.
Alright.
Aligning Pinecrest, I guess. Basically, I was looking for a smaller null alliance that was roughly our size with Coalition to go out there and poke. So I figure once we start poking at their SOV, we'll probably get timers and fights out of it. And hopefully they're more our size, and they are active in our time zone, which is the big thing. Their kill board's all green during our prime time fleet time. They have some good
Warp
allies.
drive active.
They have a pretty sizable cap fleet, which we probably won't move caps right away. We'll just have to see how that goes. But definitely we could be fighting a little above our weight class, but we're just going to go out there and have some fun for the rest of, maybe not the rest of summer, but kind of a summer trip to kind of get us something to do that's exciting and hyped and not roam around here to not get a fight out of Tempest.
Right. So if I can put things into perspective a little bit, this is not a move to null. This is in no way a change of who we are as an organization, our higher level objectives, or any of that kind of stuff. To put it bluntly, the Caldari have not lived up to their expectations, and they've also basically been whittled down to only EU, which makes them incredibly frustrating to make any further progress than where we are. Meanwhile, Operation Sunbeam apparently motivated the Minmatar in a level that we weren't quite expecting. And so our plan of being able to mess around in a Mars space kind of fell through. You want to give?
Yeah, it didn't help that Siege Green left the militia shortly after we incursioned there.
Active.
Right. So basically what we're doing now is looking into the fall and winter and seeing what we're looking at, like how things are going to be changing with drilling platforms, etc. But also looking at the fact that there's this really interesting land rush that is a one-of-a-kind event occurring this winter with the faction citadels, or with the faction, the structures being converted over to faction citadels. So regardless of whether or not we have any ambitions with that, I think it's something interesting for us to at least be ready to be part of. So with those two facts combined, we decided that a bit of a summer camp into Null could be a fun distraction. So this is very similar to Operation Sunbeam in the fact that this is kind of an entirely separate thing. It's going to be contained within that, and we're going to be studying what it takes to be a null fighting force and be building that up.
Complete jump the line, Rosado. Yeah, I think we can fight on their level. I don't think it's beyond what we're used to doing. I think we probably get a lot tougher fights down here sometimes than even what they're used to. I think people will be kind of surprised to see how much of a fighting force we actually are. I know that faction warfare gets a bad rap, but I think we'll do just fine out there. And kind of one of the reasons for this, we tried to do a faction warfare campaign in the last month or so, and it really highlighted the problem in our war zone right now.
Yeah, I mean, exactly what Ash just said. They're relatively strong in EU, and really just because they have salt farmers, aka Holy Cookie, that still live in Okamon and are still friends with the Kaldari. They were Kaldari. So they're a bit too much for us to handle in EU, and there's nobody in the US time zone. So we're kind of stuck.
Yeah, we found ourselves when we were trying to shoot up in this pipe, complete jump, align Okamon, sitting there in US time zone with our heavy numbers, orbiting beacons with a whole night and never seeing a single war target come into system. And we know that that wears on you guys. It wears on us too as FCs. We bring all these ships in, we do all this stuff, and any work we do in the U.S. is pulled back in EU. It's just it's painful. And we've been trying to kind of branch out and set timers all over the place, roam around to get fights. And I think that even we've done some null incursion.
Warp drive active.
That puts that at a little bit of a disadvantage because we're wandering such huge swaths of space that we don't know much about the lay of the land. We don't know much about the inhabitants, and we're in whatever fleet we came in. There's no reshipping. There's no reacting to anything. We're just out flying caracals or whatever we bring, harpies, and either we take the fight after 45 jumps and it is what it is, so we don't have to boat home, or we gone all that way and don't get a fight at all. So this will give
FC
us the
Intel Public Lobby.
Gotcha. This will give us the ability to be able to react a little bit more, to be able to switch comps. We'll be dragging some comps out there. Please use the freight services to get some of your solo ships out there. Be roaming around out there. Fleet jump, align flasher, citadel. Experience it. I mean, a lot of us, me included, haven't spent a ton of time in null, so this is another aspect of the game you guys get to go out and played with, know how to do it. The new Sob mechanics seem a lot like flexing and this faction warfare stuff, so I don't think we'll be hard pressed to get that all sorted out and do it. I don't know that we're going to go over there and try and take a whole huge area of space and hold it. That's not really our goal. Our goal is to go out there and poke the people that live there and get fights. We will be taking some soft probably in order to do that. We may take a system and base out of it further on to in if the action's good, but we're not going to set up shop and try and hold Sov.
Warp drive active.
Questions? Ash, you want to add anything? Silver, you want to add anything? Ronan?
Yeah, I want to stress that this is not necessarily a command from on high. This is your leadership identifying what we believe to be a problem and experimenting with solutions to that. So not only, if you have feedback, feel free and comfortable to give it to me, but I'm openly asking for people's feedback. In fact, in broadcasts, we are doing our quarterly review of Fed Up. And so please go take that survey. Let us know what's going on. If you have anything specifically about this operation, if you've got null experience that you want to maybe bring to the table or any sort of feedback, please feel free to contact me personally on Discord pretty much whenever.
I will.
Yeah.
In the grander sense, we do need more people training into cap alts. We're starting with a
Yes.
decent sized fleet, but we need more people to start training into them. If you're close, ping any of us leadership type guys, Ronan, myself, Silver, Ash. Ask about what you need to do, how you need to get into one. build them in-house, so you don't even have to go fetch it. We'll pull you aside and teach you how to operate them, how to fit them. There's a capital channel that's invite only on Discord. Once you're at that level, we'll get you in there, but we need more dreads. Dreads and facts are kind of throwaway, especially if we use them like on a Citadel, like, the timer we just had. There's a good chance they're going to die. Insurance pays for most of that, but that's what they're designed to do. So we'll probably be losing more and fielding more of those. So please, if you're close, get those alts trained up. We've done an excellent job preparing in the last couple of months while things have been slow, getting people on Doctrine. It's absolutely amazing to see how close the fleets are to full-on Doctrine. Even in the battleship comps, it's real impressive. So the 2-month lull has been, not, it's been decent. It's not been for nothing. So it's gave us time to prepare, and now we could take this might that we've kind of been gathering up and go run into somebody. We need an enemy. We need somebody to fight. So that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah. I mean, we'll start. We have to be a little bit more prescriptive on capital doctrine also. I mean, up until now, we've just welcomed anybody who's had the time and dedication to train and pay for any type of capital. But I think it's time we be a little bit more prescriptive. So if you're wondering what to train, what kind of capital to train, we'll put out information about that, which is why I started the survey, just to see what we have, what's out there. So we'll do that. But just to echo what Contra said, guys, last night we flew around in battleships for 3 hours and nobody even looked our direction. I mean, this space is just dead, and we just need somebody to shoot at, because this is a combat game.
Right.
It wears on people.
I want to stress that this is likely a temporary problem. I mean,
Yeah,
like the
of
summer
course.
slump is just a thing. So we know it's coming up, so we got to prepare for it now.
Yeah, I mean, it happens. Eve is a pendulum, right? Right now we're in a bit of a lull. Maybe if we kick back a little bit off the Caldari for a month, they'll start taking systems and resurge in U.S. time zone. Maybe
Can I
that'll
interrupt
happen.
some
Yep.
line fleet commentary? I left Null a couple years ago to find content, and ex-meta leadership, you've given us good content for a long time. So you want to go to Null? Let's go to Null. Let's rock it.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
The other thing I want to stress, it's a little bit, but we do have a notoriously weak EU. But that being said, that has actually changed significantly in the last few weeks, in particular because of Jabin. So I want to say, right? You've been leading the EU fleets, right?
It's on the weekends.
Yeah, I mean, Javin does it when he can. The EU guys just need a leader, and I'm like desperately trying to find one, trying to see if somebody will emerge. But if I can like clone Contra or myself or Javin or anybody that just says, "Hey, let's fleet up and go do this," they would
Almost
be a
said my
powerful
name.
force. Ash.
I did a U.S. fleet too.
I want to point out, hasn't Celia been stepping up?
He has, but it's yeah, totally.
But the point is that when it comes to EU fleets, it's one of those things that we just need something to crystal on. It's one of those things that we've always had EU people coming and going, but because there hasn't been a concerted EU leader, those people leave because they come and don't find anything organized. So we're right at that critical mass, and that will change the game if we can get a strong EU presence. So any idea that anybody has when it comes to how to make that happen, or just if you do have some time on EU, realize that is something that we're really working on. So
it's
take
just
part.
It's just a time thing, man. It'll happen. You guys don't got a bad EU. I mean, I did an EU fleet and we had like 15 guys in the fleet.
Of course.
No, I mean, historically, the Galente have always had the weaker EU than the Caldari.
Right. And yeah, Jav, we're not saying that they're bad. They're great pilots. They just need consistent fleets and direction. I mean, I'll dump billions of ISK into EU if somebody wants to run fleets. I'll give you free ships. I've given Celia stuff. I'll give you anything you want to do.
Well, I mean, really, they just need some reships over closer to where the fighting is, and
So that's the other thing that difficult. I have hundreds of ships in Okamon still. The problem is distribution. It's a pain
Yeah,
in the
because
neck.
you can't do alliance contracts on
You
like
can,
all this
you
stuff.
can, and we've put alliance contracts up, and then people would buy them, but that's a little bit difficult. But I will put ships in your hands if you want to run EU stuff.
I mean, I'm going to on Friday and Saturdays, but I mean that's only 2 days of the week, you know.
No, I hear you. No,
Right,
thank
but
you
it
for doing
starts
it.
somewhere.
If
And
there's
I
like
would-
another Fortizar that we like could dock at and buy shit at, then I mean there's Akadagi, but I don't want to fucking go to Akadagi and buy shit for a fleet, you know. And that's really kind of what we do. When we had to reship, we'll go to Akadagi and we'll reship because there's a Fortizar there. It's just shit on market.
Well,
Well,
let's keep this
Javin, talk to
conversation
me.
going.
Yeah, talk to me. If you like certain comps, I'll put whatever you want in Okamon and make sure you have access to it, whether it be contracts or in your hangar. You let me know what works for you.
I mean, just in general, that's something we need is to have more reships in Okamon.
Okay, we have a backbone of Exos. Please use them. I know that, you know, Alwar is a bit smaller. So in the meantime, you know, pester Silver or Pedro, and they will work for you.
It's our job, man.
Okay, this is this.
Rocket on this, and we've got citadels going up. We've got an Astra in our staging system. It's a low sec system, and we've got ECs going up for midpoints for our jump freighter pilots to be able to safely jump. So we will get stuff moved for you guys. I really want to stress. I know a lot of us came to faction warfare because we didn't want to do the whole null thing and Sov and be in that game. And I wish that wasn't the case right now. I wish that wasn't the landscape. But for targets in our time zone, you know, all that's left here, U.S. time zone in this war zone, aside from other Galente groups, is Shadow Cartel, which has got too much money for us to fight, and you know they're super fleet, obviously, and Templars, who we just cannot draw a good fight out of if we'd paid them. So you know, Mar Mimitar Warzone is in no better shape, so that's why we're not considering going back out there. So this is really the only option, was to find a group alliance somewhere on the map that is our size, that is our strength, and that is active predominantly in our time zone, and just go ram into them and see what happens. So I appreciate everybody giving it a shot, and don't judge too soon. You know, if it's terrible and we all hate it, then we'll come right back to faction warfare. We will come back to faction warfare. Period. This is our home. This is what I've always wanted to do. I like it out here.
Again, summer camp.
Yeah. So
Ethereum Reach can belong to the Galente.
You know, we've been trying really hard to bring us content in this time zone, and I appreciate everybody logging in and showing up to these fleets. And it's just, I know it's frustrating to you line members. It's frustrating to our FCs when we just run around all night and just don't find that stuff to dock. I know the content's been there for some small gang and some solo wandering. That content is still around, but the larger stuff in the fleet fights, it's just been brutal trying to get a hold of those. So
Just real quick, this isn't crazy pills to anybody, right? Like anybody who's hearing this, you're not like, wow, what? Like this shouldn't come to as a surprise pretty much to anybody that this is what's going on.
I mean,
Wait,
cool with whatever.
I mean, the state of the war zone, like everybody agrees that things are the way they are right now.
I can finally use that interdictor skill I've been training for months.
There you go.
Yes, interdiction or interdictors, anchoring bubbles, entosis. We need lots of liquid ozone for the entosis. Remember, when you're in nullsec and you got an entosis and there's drifters, you will die.
yeah, we'll chit chat in Discord over the day tomorrow, because I know people are gonna have lots of questions, and we will try and answer those. But that's the time frame for everybody, so be kind of hyped. We're gonna wrap this up because we're gonna have to get to our timer here pretty soon. I want everybody to have a little bit of break before then.
Just one quick dumbass question. Is there no EU-based Galente corporations that you can diplomatically try to get into the alliance?
We actually have several EU friends, like Wise Human Swords have been allies of ours for a long time.
Gun is out.
Yeah.
Ardro has been inviting EU guys to their fleets for a couple weeks now, which is nice of them. We actually have a channel for that specific purpose. I think it's called Wangs is Up or something.
Wang's Uprising.
Wang's Uprising. Join that channel if you're in EU. They post fleets in there for us to join. It's only Fed Up and Pen is out.
The content with our joint fleets, the Gamma Voltron stuff has been good. Since the last time we did the soda, obviously we had the big, huge super fight, Kill on Vendetta, all that good stuff, and that has been good. The interaction with us and our draw has been good, but this will also give us a chance to kind of flex on our own. We're gonna kind of be all out there on our own. We need to get back to our, putting 45, 50 dudes in fleets, kind of like when we first started. And I think that it's pretty, to be frank, I think the reason that we're not putting up those numbers anymore is because people aren't excited to come out and, structure grind went out, not get anybody to fight back. So we're gonna fix that. All right, I'm gonna shut this off so we can get it uploaded and let everybody else know. Everybody take a 5-minute bio.